Hello! Welcome, welcome. Let's jump over to my studio. Well, there it is. Yes. Hey! Hi! My name is Sen Sterling, and we're doing a bit of a Dark Heresy here. I have a crew who's waiting for me, over in Discord, and we're gonna jump right into it, and then we have some Dark Heresy to do. So, if it's your very first time seeing us, hello, welcome. Hopefully you have a good time. But primarily, I'm hoping the people playing have a really good time. And so let's go jump over. We're gonna check them out right now. We're gonna go see how they're doing. Here we go.
Oh, people who I did give cookies to were like, "Hey, you got any more of those snickerdoodles?" I was like, "No." And no one will ever get snickerdoodles ever again because someone fucked it up for everybody.
You monster.
Heard that.
How's it going?
Hello. How's everybody doing?
Oh, hello there.
Good.
Pretty good.
Good. Good. Well, it's been a week.
Good.
Everybody okay?
Oh, it's been a rough one.
Okay.
Never better.
Okay. Well, I think we have everybody here. Is that right? I see Pilar, Nigel, Sarah's here. Kind of. Where's Sarah?
Yeah.
Here.
There she is. Oh, I didn't scroll down all the way. Check. Got it. Okay, there we go. Great. We're golden. Well, like I was saying a while ago, as soon as the clock strikes 1:30, I'd like to jump in just to try and make sure everybody gets all the time they have. We'll be trying to stick to 2 hours today. If it goes a little long, I hope that's okay, but I don't think it'll be much longer. Does anybody have anything they want to bring up or mention before we get going?
How's my office chair doing?
I don't know. Unfortunately, I have no way of knowing. I don't have that kind of power.
Oh, so you're in the past now.
That's some bullshit.
I know.
I don't believe it. I don't
You
believe it one
don't?
bit.
But
I don't.
But why?
Mm-mm.
Oh no.
A man in your position has to know some of these things, you know?
I don't know anything like that. But I'll say this. For those of you who don't know, we have a kind of a weird thing going on right now. So if it's anybody's very first time listening, we found out last week that there are 2 different time periods that our group is operating within. And this week, they're kind of switching places. So we're actually going to be meeting 6 new characters this week, for the most part. Well, is everybody ready with that? Is that something everybody's ready with? Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah, we're ready.
Well, all right then. And I hate to put people in a weird spot, so if you're not ready, we can make that work. But, well, shoot dang. The way I see it, we should probably just jump right into it. So, we do have our 2 groups. Now, last time, I got everybody's name, and I got everybody's, their corresponding player for our past and future split. I'd like to do that again. Can I please start? We'll just go with the exact same order we had it in last time. Can I get D-Beck, please?
I am Gaius Van Manderville.
Oh God.
What the hell did you just say, boy?
Gaius Van Manderville.
Okay. And, Lindoa?
Howdy. Do this work. Do this work. Call me Dua, because I don't. Yeah, that's right.
Do a diss work? Is that what you said?
Do this work. That's right.
Do
A
it.
family name?
That's what they call me.
I'm just gonna freeball the spelling on that. We'll call that super low gothic. How does that sound?
Oh no.
Okay, so that's
I don't know what that means, but yep.
the most low gothic. That's the lowest.
I don't know how to
gothic.
read.
All right, Nigel, what do we got?
Antaeus Efwin Buttons. But don't you dare call me Antaeus. I'll shoot you.
Antaeus, all right. And
So
then it's
what do we
F.
call you,
Did you say F1 buttons?
Yes.
F1 buttons.
Or
Okay.
Effie.
I'm gonna say
Curtis was
Antaeus
supposed to love me.
Effie buttons. Okay. I'll just say butt for short. Okay, and then we have Pilar.
Issa Sternhart. That's Eisa. Yeah, Issa Sternhart. Also has a code name for specialty purposes. Pistol.
Pistol.
Mhm.
All right, I'm into it. And Roland.
I'm playing Cecilia Fox. Goes by Cece.
Okay. And like that. That's super easy. Sarah, how we doing?
I'm Alana.
Alana.
Alana Morgan, yes.
And I'm so sorry. Before important clarification. Fox is Fawkes. Is that right, Sarah?
Fawkes, yes.
Copy.
Okay, so as you guys know, we were split last time down the middle, and we're doing the same thing this way. Not down the operation there. There were kind of roles last time that made it so our groups ended up with a kind of Three Stooges scenario. Now, I can't say if that's going to happen again, but that was pretty funny. So we do have in our groups this time, again, we have Roland, Ladoa, and Nigel, their corresponding characters, in what is effectively the past. It is 600 years prior to our group of Debek, Pilar, and Sarah. And at the time that we left off, there was something called the Cataclysm, an event in your hive's history where events not exactly known, at least to the people who kind of run the show, happened, and basically the doors opened. The side doors of the hive opened up. There was a horrible, horrible flooding incident. For just another refresher, your world is mostly ice. There are 4 seasons. It's set just a little bit further out in its orbital than the Earth is in relation to our sun. And so it's just a little bit colder, just a little bit longer year. And also, just for the sake of ease, it's a 400-day year with 4 seasons. So, makes things nice and easy. But you have a thaw and you have a freeze. That half of the year is when your primary crop for export, for the use of food, for the use of oil, this sort of thing is kind of based around a kelp that is allowed to grow during the 2 warmer parts of the year. And our festival for that time, when it kind of grows and is harvested, bundled up and then kicked off planet, the kind of harvest and growing seasons are that warmer half of the year, and that was right about to happen. There's a big party at the beginning and at the end of that, and we were 8 days away when this cataclysm happened, and it flooded a very, very, very large part of your hive. Again, this is the past. This is the 600 years prior. And at this juncture, this was actually Sarah, Pilar, and Debek's party. They were underneath, and they had actually just been called to investigate the locks. The flood locks of the Hive City had effectively turned on. Nobody knew what was happening. There was something happening, but the Arbites captain didn't want anybody involved because she didn't want to raise a panic. It turned out it was really all for naught. You guys had no more than arrived on scene and been kind of pointed in a direction to go look into it when the worst happened. The locks separated floors 3 and 4. began to seal, and large port doors opened up on the sides of the hive, allowed the thawing ice of your world to rush in and presumably drown most. Certainly render the largest floor of your hive useless. A huge tragedy. Huge tragedy. And we're actually going to start with those folks in the past. However, it's not going to be the immediate moment that we left off. It's going to be 7 days from that time. It's been a full week, and we are back at the precinct. Remember, although we had Pilar, Sarah, and Debeck responding to the captain on the 4th floor, that's not where that's not where you're from, really. You guys are up at the very tip top, floor 1. Your top tier, premium families. The ultra wealthy. And, well, that's where we're gonna start up. So, again, we have this group, Pilar, Sarah, and Debeck. And what I would like you guys to do is we're going to be starting in your Arbites office. Now, this is earlier than normal. You guys have been pulling in longer shifts than normal. You have basically drug yourselves out of bed. No one's been sleeping. This is going to be, I'm sorry, did I say the past? I meant we're going to be starting in the future, excuse me. We're already starting the confusion. We're starting in the fusion with our new characters from Sarah, Pilar, and Debeck, your future characters. And you guys are going to be, you've been pulling double shifts. The festival's about to start. Because for you, everything is on track. Everything is normal. Everything is ready to go. You are all ready. This is right about to kick up. It's actually pretty exciting. But you've been working your ass off, making sure that all the paperwork is done. You have all kinds of fleet requisitions that are coming in, people docking in orbit, ready to start picking up bales of kelp. This is an exciting time, but it's a busy time, and you really aren't that far into this festival. What do you say we get a perception check from each of you? Again, that's going to be Pilar, Sarah, and Debeck.
Oh, we're starting this off right. 67.
So I heard a 30 from Sarah.
67.
67 from Debeck, and then Pilar, how we doing?
11.
11! Ooh, okay. Well, you guys are kind of the newest in your precinct, so to speak. As the kind of newbies, you look around, not even all the lights are on. You're kind of the suckers who were showing up for some of the grunt work early. A lot of the more seasoned officers really aren't showing up yet. They're used to the routine. They've already rubbed the right shoulders, and frankly, this is floor 1. What is there for an officer to do if it isn't paperwork? Which you're doing, so they're not gonna stroll in till later. You can see most of the cubicles are empty. You do see, however, that your captain's light is on. You see that there are a number of invoices that are already arriving through the pneumatic tubes your hive uses. You can see 2 other individuals that you've seen around that have started the same time as you, and you can pretty easily, with your 11, mark them out as Sarah and Debeck's characters. Now hold on here. It's gonna take me a moment. We're just starting with these. Elena and Gaius, right?
Yeah.
Those are their
Perfect.
future ones, right?
Yes, with you.
What?
Yep.
Oh, never mind. Yep. Okay, so we are in the future, not in the past. Cool.
Correct. Future.
Future.
This is 7 days after the last event. So we had kind of just started, right? And then 7 days after that, here we are.
Right.
It is one day before our festival is set to start. So,
Cool.
you guys roll that. What's the move? What are we doing?
Uh,
I'm doing paperwork.
You're doing
Yeah.
paperwork.
I'm just kind of squandering around, finding something to do,
Okay.
looking for a chair. I can't even find my desk.
You can't even find your desk. So it's like most new jobs, and you haven't really even
Yeah.
like found where you're supposed to be working in the first week, and you're like, I guess I'll just kind of look busy and act kind of stressed out, and people will just kind of assume I'm working hard. Gotcha.
Nice.
Okay. Well. Okay.
I think Issa's gonna, complete whatever page she's on of paperwork, and then maybe go get some coffee from whatever coffee
Okay.
place is in the office, the whatever canteen or
Oh, this is, you've
Cafeteria.
got the pick of the litter. Basically, you have a servitor that is all set to deliver the finest calf. You're going to be set up. Don't you worry. You're being fried for the rest of the day. So, as it
Oh, we
happens,
get
though,
good coffee?
oh, this is the greatest coffee there is. This is off-world coffee.
Yes.
This isn't that normal kelp calf everybody else gets. This is premium stuff. So, we do have a bit of business here, though, because you can see that the woman who you've perceived as in charge, you kind of get the rankings figured out. Certainly Pilar's character knows, but the rest of you're not exactly 100% sure. This is the sergeant directly above you. She kind of shuffles out of an office that had the lights off. Might have been sleeping, might have been working in the dark, probably just sleeping in the office. Kind of shuffles out, props against a cubicle, using the light of the captain's office to just kind of look over paperwork without turning any lights on. Now, Pilar, you recognize that she's hungover. The other two have no idea.
is there any way that I would know how she likes her coffee?
No. Nope.
No? Okay, cool. So as I make my way to the canteen, I stop and say, "Morning, Sarge. Can I get you any coffee?"
No. Tea.
You got it. And I go get myself some coffee, and I get her some tea.
Excellent. Now, who rolled the worst? I do believe it was D-Beck. D-Beck, can I get a fellowship roll from you?
Oh God, 98.
Oh no.
Amazing. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That'll probably come up. All right, so
Mhm.
so you bring the tea over, I imagine, Pilar.
Mm-hmm.
And the sergeant, before she takes the tea, kind of lingers a second, looks at your rank, looks into your eyes for a second, and says, "I'm sorry, I don't think I've gotten the chance to meet you. That's so rude. We've been so busy. You came on at a pretty rough time. I'm Sergeant Rahim. It's
Raheem?
Rahim with an M. Rahim.
Rahim. Okay.
I'm Sergeant Rahim. I am your CO. I'm so sorry I haven't gotten. And it's at this time that a bumbling, stumbling D-Beck, and it's Gaius here today, kind of plows through the tea, and the boiling beverage spills all over Sergeant Mahim, and of course Pilar. Now, as it happens, the sergeant rolled an 11, and so her instinct isn't to kill you, it's just to be burned and appalled.
Fuck.
Can we get, let's get an agility test from you, Debek, and an agility test from you, Pilar.
Ooh, shit. 83.
12.
Well, you dodge every single drop, Debek, thank goodness. Pilar, however, is slightly scalded by this and probably, well, you could develop your own opinions. I don't need to tell you how you feel. But the sergeant is certainly pissed. She's awake now. She's awake now. All right. Good morning. You're one of the new recruits, aren't you? Flicking off the hot beverage, gesturing at Debek.
Yes, I am Gaius Van Manderville, Inspector Extraordinaire.
Inspector Extraordinaire. You know, you just volunteered. You over there, pointing over at Sarah's character. You're one of the new? Yeah, you're one of the new ones. Get over here. I need you and... What did you say your name was? Gesturing to Pilar.
Gaius.
Sternheart.
Sternheart, I need
Sternheart.
you babysitting these two. You have just
Yes, ma'am.
volunteered. Thank you. As it happens, the Mechanicum needs you to check in on the servitors before the festival starts. We haven't anticipated any problems, but it's going to be a lot of heavy lifting. I hope you guys are stretched. I need you moving things for them as they need it happening. And you guys get to break the news to 3, just to make sure that everybody stays in line. I want you telling them specifically, gesturing over at Gaius. The 3 of you, you'll find your assignments with the Mechanicum. I don't know who they have in charge today. They'll recognize who sent you, and if not, you just let them know. Have a great day. Nice to meet you. Gaius, right? So good. So good to meet you. Goodbye. Gesturing roughly, flicking off more of the water, swearing indiscriminately. She goes back into her office. You hear louder swearing as she turns the lights on. She slams the door.
I turn to Sarah. What's your name?
Alana Morgan.
Lana Morgan. Nice to meet you. Issa Sternheart.
Yeah, likewise. Bit of an auspicious start to the day, yeah?
Truly. So it would seem. And,
Alana is side-eyeing Debek.
yeah.
Just a little bit.
Earlier
Doing that
on,
pose I posted in chat.
Earlier on, I should say that with the spillage, there was just a steely death glare over at oh shit, I completely forgot your name.
Debek's character?
Debek.
Gaius?
Yes, Debek's character. Gaius, that's what it was. I was gonna say something completely different. Well, I guess we should go. So let's go.
All right. So you
And
guys
we walk
begin
out.
to step down the stairs that 7 days ago we saw the Three Stooges leave. And now you walk out onto a very different scene. Instead of the bustling, warmly lit crowd, you actually see what is a completely fabricated environment, because they like to keep things nice here on floor 1. You actually have hedges that before sunrise are artificially lit by these beautiful fairy lights strewn between them. It's a light pinkish glow that lets you see some of the golden tips of the different bushes, some of the different organic arrangements that they have set throughout the parks that sprawl in front of you. You can see that the warm light. It's not that kind of artificial light like we see here. It's almost like a pulsing, almost as if it were fire, but it's clearly not. It's beautiful. It's serene, and there's a warm breeze. Again, artificial. You can see just kind of pools of light around the different statues, and each of the bushes lit up on their own. There's an ambient, not difficult to see. You don't have to strain your eyes. You can walk from one end of the street to the next without tripping over anything. But let's get another perception check for you. All three of you.
16.
16.
24.
24.
71.
71. Well, it's a good thing you're being babysat, guys, because
Right?
the ladies do see that the public transportation is coming to a gentle stop in front of you, and there's no one on. The pilot of this craft, it's a gently hovering craft. It makes barely a single bit of noise at all as golden lattice work along the sides. The three of you enter, and with a slight nod, the pilot of this, again, public transportation craft is asking where it is you'd like to go.
Mechanicum, please.
Mechanicum office, right away, ma'am. And you take off, and you move down the street. Everything is uneventful on your journey there. Again, a warm breeze moving gently through the golden lattice of the tram. And now, for a different story. We take our transition for the first time to the folks in the past. This is going to be where we see Roland, Lindoa, and Nigel for the first time this session. Their characters, Cece, and Cece, is that female or is that male? Doesn't matter. I mean,
CC's female.
Cece's female. Okay, want to make sure because I don't. It doesn't really matter, but I guess for my own character building, it helps to draw an image. Now, I hear that you have a cyber mastiff. Is that right?
Yeah, CC is a cyber mastiff tech priest.
Okay, very good. And then Nigel, we have Effie, and then we have Dua.
Dua. It's Dua.
Dua.
Dua this work.
Oh,
That's right. You got it,
great.
brother.
Good God. Speaking ultra low gothic. Okay. So,
The
Dua,
lowest of the low.
Effie, and Cece are in a very, very different scene. Instead of the kind of early bird gets the worm office of a local Arbites, we instead have kind of chaos in the same room. Literally the same room. Again, hives are old, long-standing structures. And this particular Arbites office hasn't changed location. There's no need to do that. They are up on the first floor. And as it happens, these three Arbites officers are relatively new, again about a week old, but under a very different kind of panic. This one, though, there are no vacant cubicles. Frankly, everyone is on their feet. Everybody is just kind of almost ambiently shifting from one end of the room to the next. Every single person has had someone that they've either known or someone who have personally gone missing or been confirmed dead from the incident on floor 4. It was a tragedy. A tragedy you can't really compare. There have been lives saved. There have been a lot of people reported missing. And we're going to get a perception check from the three of you. First thing, let's go.
A
73.
94?
I got a 19, brother.
19, and our third from Nigel,
73.
73. Okay. So, our 19, Cece, You have a cybermastiff.
That was
and
was Dua.
Oh, that was
the
Dua
19.
with the 19. Pardon
Hey,
me.
CC got a
Dua,
94.
not Dona.
Oh,
right.
excuse me. Pardon me. So Dua got a 94. All right. CC, I did want to tell you, your cybermastiff's stats are all 1/3 of what they would be otherwise. Because I've heard about the size of your cybermastiff. I just
Don't ruin it.
I just want
Oh
you
my.
to know before we start rolling anything. So that factory defect is not going to be operating at the same level as any of the other ones. Okay. That
How
said,
Defect? How dare you?
yeah,
Muffin's a treat.
how dare I? So we do have a 19, and that was Dua.
That's
Dua.
right.
You don't
Yep.
have an assignment. You have kind of been relegated to just helping out where you can. What was your second
Oh
class?
shit. Guardsman.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Mhm.
So, you've been just kind of relegated to helping out where you can, and right now, it's chaos. You notice with your 19 that there are 2 others in the group who you believe started about the same time as you, kind of just taking up space over in the corner, acting as a voyeur to the madness in front of them. What do you do?
The only thing worse than all these people dying down under is the fact that they're missing and my IO sticks are missing. So I'm gonna go find out which one of these motherfuckers stole my IO sticks. All right.
And it for sure was one of them, and I think that's important to keep in mind as we go forward.
Oh, absolutely. I know it's one of them.
Okay, well, so you approach them. Can we get a fellowship roll from all 3 of you, please?
Fellowship is a tech priest. Absolutely.
55.
A 21?
12.
Okay, and how'd you fare?
I got a
Lindo.
55.
Okay, so you fared quite poorly by comparison. Let's go ahead. Tell me, how do you approach these 2 who did better than you?
Which one of you motherfuckers, as I start stumbling over there and kind of walking over there, stole my goddamn IO sticks? It's one of you 2 blokes, because I've been in here for a minute and y'all have been in here for a minute, and that just makes damn sense.
Okay, well, first of all, 1, I'm a lady. 2, I don't have lungs.
Hey, feller is a general term, okay? All right. Second of all, might not be you. Ladies don't steal. So, it's you over here, partner.
Unhand me.
Let me check these pockets. What you got in here? I start ruffling his pockets, looking for the IO sticks.
Unhand me, or I shall remove your whore thermometer.
Or
Using these fancy words isn't gonna save you.
Which one was the fancy word? Just for my edification.
I don't remember.
Was it whore or thermometer? Because frankly, they're both so
Watch
fancy.
your damn mouth.
Okay.
Who the hell is this guy?
Well, let's roll. Let's roll a perception check. For Lendoa's character here, for Dua.
I got a 3.
You got a 3?
Where are my damn IO sticks at?
I'll tell you where they are. You actually see a carton of them on the shelf behind the 2.
Okay, I mental note it, but I don't want to. I don't want to give up that like I'm wrong. quite
Okay.
yet, so
That
I
you
keep
just misplaced
trying
them?
to check. Yes. I'm trying to check Nigel's pockets, but if he shoos me off, then
Okay.
I reach for my knife.
ooh.
All right.
Partner. Easy. I'm just gonna walk this way, and I'll get those IO sticks later. I'm sure you need them.
What?
As I kind of walk away, I want to see if I can sneakily grab my pack that's sitting over yonder without them noticing.
Sir, I shall keep my eye upon you.
Start where you are.
Bye.
Okay. So, you guys are... Okay. So, we have the IO sticks there. You were able to sneakily grab those. We have our
Good.
2 others here. And Sergeant Toltz rolls over. Now, the 3 of you have bumped into him before.
Can you spell Toltz?
Tults. This is actually the same sergeant that... Well, doesn't matter. Sergeant Toltz. Tults.
Howdy, Sergeant.
Comes over, and he says, are you 3 busy right now?
Absolutely not.
Well, I just stumbled across my IO sticks. I was going to take a short little break, but Sergeant, whatever you need, I'm here for shining shoes.
F1's kind of shaking off the dust. Says, "How can I be of service, Lieutenant?"
Sergeant.
I'm a sergeant, so it doesn't matter. Look, I don't care. We have to... We're set... We're supposed to start the festival. Obviously, nobody's gonna do that. I need you guys down on 3. We have too many people. Obviously, 2 isn't gonna take any of the refugees. We can't have them up here. 3 is the most logical place. They may, thrown willing, double their population within the next couple weeks. We still need those charters sent out for collection. There's no way that they're going to be ready for that. We hear there's fighting. We hear there's... I need you to go help out. The captain down there is expecting you. I need you to go help them out. We have our hands full here. There are already ships in orbit who are not going to be meeting their expectations for shipments. I need you guys on 3. They're scrambling down there. Please, head to the great lifts, down to floor 3.
All right.
Report back if you need anything, but frankly, you're probably going to be there till the festival's over.
Do I need to shoot anybody?
And then Sergeant walks away.
For clarification,
Take that as a yes.
for like us in character,
Yeah.
Is this in regards to like the kelp harvesting influx and it being donked up, or is this just separately managing a whole bunch of people who have just been displaced?
Both.
Hooray.
Yeah, because they're not going to slow the production. Because not only is this the actual means by which your entire hive is allowed to continue, you also have the huge amount of refugees from 4. There were a lot of people who were saved.
The bulk of the actual growing and harvest, the bulk of the actual growing was on 4, correct? Closest to the kelp.
Was harvested by 4, right? The previous population of floor 4 was 1.2 billion people. The population for floor 3 previously was 600 million people. And it looks now to be just over 1 billion.
So, the stuff that was harvested from 4, how much of that actually made it where it was supposed to go, or how much percentage-wise, like, was absolutely just donked up by the flooding?
Well, luckily, none of it. Because it all happens outside of the hive, it's just water.
Ah.
And so the kelp actually, if anything, has probably now seeded into the actual floor 4 of the hive.
Nature finds a way.
Yeah, and so the kelp doesn't care, but nobody is in position right now to go harvest. And so that's a problem. And not only is it a problem just in general, because, you guys really do, you kind of need the resource, it's a problem because the people who make a lot of money off the kelp are also going to be pretty bothered here pretty soon, so yeah. All right. Well, so there you go. You have your orders. You have been told what to do and where to do it. What's the move for you three?
I can fit in that IO stick break. That'd be rather shiny, but if we need to make our way to floor 3, I guess we can go ahead and knock that out first.
DC just starts walking. Party, people, party.
God damn it. All right. Yeah, I guess we just start heading to floor 3.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So you make your way to the
smoke
Great
my IO
Lips.
stick on the way.
Yeah, I mean, you can just keep smoking IO sticks the whole time, no issue. But you make your way to the elevator, the Great Lips.
Everyone's gonna give you grumpy looks at that.
It's a very different scene. So, yes, it's true, it's beautiful. Everything's still kept, everything's still just fine. You can still see the same brilliant glass structures that you've always seen, but the public transportation isn't as timely. The people are kind of meandering. People are just going from point to point to point. Nobody's cheerfully pulling up next to you, offering a ride. You're welcome to hail, of course. It is public transportation. Only the finest for the finest of the hive. But, you guys gonna hail a public transport?
I think as we walk outside, Cece pauses and goes, "Oh, right, like, hi or whatever, I'm Cece," and holds out her hand.
Pleasure.
I don't know what you're trying to do right now. But
Introduce myself, maybe rip your hands off because the flesh is weak.
you're trying to rip my hands off right now. Is that what I just heard?
What? No.
Are you one of them fancy Xenoses in disguise? Is that what's happening right now? You trying to
Absolutely, yep. I'm a Xenos woman posing as a tech priest with a purse dog. That's exactly what's going on here.
Well,
Totally.
I could have told you that. All women are Xenos.
Ooh. I'm gonna enjoy working with you. I sure am. Also, this is Muffin, and she holds up. Our guards' outfits are like quilted green with like gold accents, right?
What was that? I'm sorry.
Our guardsmen, our buddies' outfits are like quilted green, like
That's
corduroy.
right. It's going to be the
with
exact
gold
same
accents.
thick corduroy with the golden accents. Just all the stitching is gold. It's this almost like an army surplus from World War II or Vietnam. A little thicker though, a little more corduroy.
Cece holds up a purse made out of that, and in said purse is like a mechanical beagle, functionally, for my cyber mastiff. It's just a little purse dog, just a mechanical beagle that just like lulls inside. It's a factory defect, a little twitchy. But this is Muffin.
What the hell is that?
It's Muffin. How do your ears not work?
I love it. Hey, tries to take it from you and wants to cuddle it under its arm.
I will beat you with my goddamn cyber mastiff.
But
Grab
it's
the
so
hinders and just
cute.
take him across the face.
Just bam. It's
Watch out now.
metal.
Watch
and
out.
Working.
All right. I like you now, though. That's a cute little thing of pupper.
He's here
Word.
for tracking and tracking and tracking. I mostly do the other stuff, like reading books and talking to people. He does the sniffing.
Well, I like that thing. I don't like you.
Mutual. I like this thing and don't like you as well. Party. Floor
That's
3.
something in common.
So
I have a question real quick. When Muffin barks, does Muffin go bark, bark? Or does Muffin go bark, bark, halt?
Oh, It is awful. It's like the pre-recorded old man, like it's the deep man voice of like an alarm system going off.
Oh, good. Excellent. Okay. I'm sorry. Nigel, please.
So while these two are flirting, F1's going to try and find a car that he can drive, or whatever kind of vehicle.
Somebody actually has drive ground vehicle.
Well, you actually do. You actually have transport for the Arbites. Can we get a roll for your perception?
Everyone?
No.
Okay.
89.
89. You find one. And it looks to be the best one you can find. You are able to see that despite everybody being so busy right now, all of the different transports have been taken out except for one. This must be your lucky day, because nobody seems to want this one, and you find it.
Oh, hell, not this piece of shit. God
What?
damn it. Be caught in this vehicle with the likes of these two. Fuck.
Well,
Well,
what does Effie do?
Just as frumpy to match you.
Get in, losers. We're getting kelp.
Mm-hmm.
Money does sound nice.
All right, so you do,
So-
and let me get a piloting check from you, Nigel.
Oh god.
Is that a 100?
Mm-hmm.
So Duo would be doing backseat driving the whole time because he wants to drive.
So you're saying it's
I got
going to be a drive under driving roll under duress? Okay, thank you. What was that, Nigel?
It was an 8.
You got an 8, and I got the performance of the vehicle as a 4. So I think that even with Lindoa's incessant squawking, you
Make a
expertly
left.
you expertly pilot this pile over to the Great Lifts.
Of course I do.
And you queue up, enter the lifts. You feel a slight shuddering as the less than anti-grav system on board kind of struggles with the different climate of the elevator, and it gently glides down, 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 and down. You see less and less natural light. There might be a reason they left the vehicle. Who can say? But you do. You feel the kind of shuddering as you go, but it's holding together pretty nicely. The 4 for the performance and your 8, even with the squawking, you do it. You pull it together. You got an expert positioning on this. You're not even bumping into anybody on the lift. Things are going well.
The whole time I'm also checking the rearview mirror to look at the little cute dog.
Very good.
DC's just like patting the vehicle, be like, "You're doing amazing, sweetie." Talking to the car.
Do you want to perform a tech on the car to see if you can speak to the vehicle? Pray to the machine gods about
Sure,
it?
fuck it. Let's go.
Holy shit, he's doing that chanted thing.
I have a question. Would using any sacred machine oil help this at all? I heard, like a stroke happening.
The answer is yes. The answer is yes, but also...
Why would I use it on this shitty car?
Yeah, mostly that. Because the thing is, I actually don't know why tech priests are allowed a vial of sacred machine oil when they make a character. It shouldn't be. But I'm not going to keep it from you. If it says you can have it, you can have it. But
I'm not going to use an entire bottle of sacred machine oil. I think Cece pulls out what looks like a perfume bottle, hesitates, and then just puts it back in her purse.
No, I would say that's the kind of thing maybe you don't want to use on a car. But that's up to you when you use it. But it would. You could definitely help a roll. So let's say you wanted...
I'm not gonna do it. Cece has a 40 in intelligence. I just love the aesthetic of a dumb blonde.
Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine.
That's
Hell.
a 7.
You got a 7?
That's a 7 for talking to the car.
for speaking to the transportation. Okay, well, you know what? What this is going to do is basically allow you to USB-C into this thing, and you're going to be able to prevent any lurching, any kind of unnecessary or unexpected unpleasantries from the ride.
Only
Between the
best
two
for
of you,
Muffin.
you're actually pulling this together pretty well.
Seeing him do this, I do one on purpose. I just give it a
A
little
lurch
twist.
What the hell?
in the elevator with other people who are going up and down between the floors. Very well. Well, let's do another piloting check. Oh, well. What do we have?
64.
64? Well, we can definitely smooth that out to an even 60 with Roland's assistance. We're just going to allow for that to be a passive thing. But the heavy loader next to you that rolled a 94 didn't actually do as well. And it has now just spilled the first shipment that was on its way up from the processed kelp that was kind of just scraped together in the before the cataclysm. And now you're covered in flammable, slick oil. It's crates just spilled over into your anti.
God damn it! Was that all that jibber jabber you were talking to the machine that made this happen?
Yeah, it was definitely the jibber jabber and not the person
I knew it.
piloting the vehicle.
I knew it. I knew it. Oh.
The
What?
sputtering and spitting and bickering happens as the lift descends. And some of the last few beams of natural light stop shining through the grates. You continue your descent to floor 3. It is a heavy, tightly packed elevator. You're going down, and so too do we now change over to our other team. Going forward in time, we have our 3 who were sent to the Mechanicum. Your public transportation, now glinting in what is the morning sunrise, is coming to a gentle stop in front of the giant burning pyres in front of the Mechanicum's office on floor 1. How about a perception check, you guys?
Cool.
44.
61.
61 and 62? Okay.
Yep.
Well, nothing really stands out. You can see some of the beautiful work of some of the former champions of your hive's tech cult, really. They have their hoods on, the different mechadendrites poking out, manipulating who knows what. As you pass under, you can almost feel a towering reverence. Something special went into the craftsmanship of these different statues. But you walk alongside statue, burning pyre, statue, burning pyre. Frankly, it becomes quite a bit of a drag. You're just going and going. It's about a quarter of a mile before you actually arrive at your destination. The giant doors of the Mechanicum that open on their own. Not a lot of things do that. Fancy.
Mm.
That is fancy. I stop in front of the doors and turn to Gaius and Issa and go, right, so I was doing paperwork. Why are we here?
We were sent here. We got volunteered because somebody spilled tea all over the sergeant.
Right.
Heard my name.
Didn't hear your name, but yes, I was talking about you. So she told us to go to the Mechanicum and they would have orders for us today. Something to do with the festival.
Right, well, can't wait for them to wax philosophical about, gears and such. Anyway, let's go.
Yes. We're always good at that.
So, you
And we
walk
go in.
Yep, let's get another perception check from you guys.
A 26.
Ooh.
26, you said?
72.
72?
68.
68. Okay. Well, as it happens, you have in front of you an altar as you come in. Nothing really stands out. It's a very, very, very large room, stained glass windows adorning it, but they almost seem covered in silt. There are different burning pyres, much, much smaller than those outside, that line the walls. There are statues. There are different sage kind of adornments that have been lit. Some have yet to be lit. And there are kind of processions of robed tech priests moving and providing all kinds of horrible sounding seance, stopping at each pyre before they move on to the next, lighting it and continuing. It sounds like chittering and some kind of an unoiled watch being cranked quickly. It's quite unpleasant. But in front of you is an altar at which you can kind of see with your rolls, I would say, something resembling humanoid face under the darkened shadow of a hood. The traditional red from the Mechanicum. They don't wear as much green. Some of them do, especially during the festival times, but here in their own headquarters, the Mechanicum are wearing their traditional red. And one of the mechadendrites from underneath the robe, not the arms, mind you, beckons you forward. And this individual rolls a 2. How very nice for you. Normally the Mechanicum are quite unpleasant. This one, however, beckons the 3 of you forward. Welcome.
Greetings.
Hello, nice day. Bai sent us down here to help you out with the festival. Was there something you needed us to do?
The servitors need tended to. We need the local commitment to be rallied for exchange. Please, escort some of the lesser priests to floor 3. We need this year's commitment exchanged.
Do I know what a commitment is?
Yes, I want to know that
You
too.
kind of do.
Yeah.
Know that, right?
You would
Okay.
you would like to think so. So, here's what I want you guys to do. Because we have such a kind of a dramatic environment, I want you, the 3 of you, to roll to see how much you know. This is going to be a general intelligence roll. Give me a roll, please. This is going to be assisted by a -20, so that way you're all doing a little bit better than you would otherwise.
I got a
Oh,
20.
nice.
You got a 20? Very nice. And Sarah, what'd you do?
I got a 44, but with the -20, that's 24.
True.
I got a 99.
You don't pay a lot of attention in everything, at least not with regard to this. So you know that because of the shortage 600 years ago of a billion plus people, in order to make the numbers, one of the more dramatic steps taken was that a lot of the people who weren't quite dead but weren't quite drowned Like they weren't quite drowned all the way, but they weren't really coming back. Basically, anybody who was in a coma was forfeit to servitude. They were converted to servitors. And what that meant was that an enormous amount of the population, comparatively speaking, was committed to being a servitor. And you know that there isn't really much that was done in the way of rehousing a lot of people from floor 4 to floor 3, because in the riots that followed, everyone who caused more than a bit of noise was forced into a servitor state. And that's how crime is now maintained in your hive, and production levels are also maintained in that same way.
Are servitors slaves?
Servitors aren't really thinking, but they're slaves, sure. Yeah.
They're people with augments in them to make them move, but they don't think anymore.
They don't think anymore.
Oh, okay.
It's input output.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, so you couldn't like start a slave rebellion with them. They aren't going to be doing
I
that
see.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are not free thinking. They can perform very basic tasks with machine precision.
I see. Moving vegetables, if you will.
Yes, that's right. Mhm.
Yep.
That don't
Okay.
say no, and they also don't have any kind of a limiter.
Dark,
Mm-hmm.
but cool. Or not cool,
Dark
but
even.
fine.
Pretty fucked up, but yeah. So you
Can
know
I try to befriend one?
what's that?
Can I try to befriend one?
Well, I think you would grit along with them great. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, so we need to be escorting some tech priests. So where's our tech priest
Get
group?
the commitment? Yeah.
You need to go help with this year's commitment from floor 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, this tech priest in general gestures to himself with the same mechadendrite that's just kind of emerging from the darkness. You can see bits of burned sage, kind of almost a powdery film wherever he casts a mechadendrite. The guy does a lot of praying. It's what they do. Anyway, this particular tech priest is wow. Some of the tech priest names. This is Logarit Crate. Logarit Crate, the fleshless datasmith. And he makes such known with a horrible series of beeps, almost like someone signing into AOL. And he was barely able to mutter out his name. Logarit Crate, the fleshless datasmith, gesturing at himself. He gestures out toward the doors you just entered in. He comes around the podium, the altar he was standing behind, and you see he's using a series of different mechanical legs. 3, maybe 4, it's hard to really get a beat on them. They're kind of moving, scurrying underneath the robes. He begins to lead the way out the door.
Alright, well, time for some fun.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
He
I'm
gestures.
just staring off in space.
All right, do you follow?
I do, yes.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm not telling you you have to. This is complete. You can do as you guys want. This is just kind of what's happening, and as soon as you guys don't feel like you want to be doing that, you do whatever you want to do. So,
I kind of realized they all left and see them walking away and follow along.
okay. Well, there are a series of transports similar to those that we know your other party took. These are kind of an anti-grav transport. They have the same golden lattice work that you've seen all over floor 1, and there are crates on them. And you don't initially recognize these. Can I get a perception check from the 3 of you, please?
I have no idea what
79.
that is.
25.
25.
3.
You recognize that there is the seal of the Mechanicum, and you can read just barely etched in what seem to be steel crates that have been reused and reused and reused and reused. You can make out that these are just data wafers, standard chips for basic computational purposes. You're probably putting together that it's not something that happens naturally from your hive. You know you don't really have that kind of a production facility, which means that if you're going to get it, it has to come from off-world. And so that's probably what these are. Well, there are 3 of these
I relay
lifts. You relay that to the group? Okay.
Yeah.
There are 3 of these different loaders, and your kind of host gestures at the vehicles, and the fleshless datasmith boards one, bows his head, and you can see the light flickering as he seems to be lighting some kind of sage or something. You hear a chittering grinding from him. There's not much more he seems to be offering. What's the move?
So, is there room on that one?
Sure.
Are we meant to pilot the other 2? Because that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. You could see.
Yeah, I'm going to ask him. Do these kinds of tech priests have, like, a title that they use?
A title that they use.
Yeah, like, would I call him by his given name, Logarith Crate, or would I call him the Fleshless Datasmith?
You can really do either.
Can we call him Crady?
You can call him that if you want, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna call out to him. I'm like, right. So, are we piloting these 2, or are we riding with you?
Go ahead and roll a tech roll.
Tech. Oh, that was almost an 80, but it's a 20.
That was 87.
He
45.
45.
Mhm.
Putting out his sage, alarmed. He didn't even mean to, but he accidentally snapped it. No, cease. Just don't. Throne, just no. Please, we've arranged transportation. You haven't heard this kind of eloquence from a tech priest in your life. Normally, it's
Yeah, I'm a little
all
shocked.
different kinds of by the Omnissiah this. Oh, if the machine spirits will it, so too shall I. No. He's a no.
Issa
Please.
just puts her hands up and backs away from the other 2.
Right. Apologies. I know that you're quite particular. So that's why I was making sure before I touched anything. I don't want to go around just touching things.
Regaining a little bit more composure, using the same, more or less hidden mechadendrite, which you're kind of picking up now as a little bit for show. He gestures in a waving motion. Sit.
We do so.
Yes, sir.
And you take, is this all in the same vessel, or do you split up? Is this going to be all one go?
Yeah.
Sure. Why not? What did you whisper, Sarah?
I didn't want to try piloting them anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
Well, all right. So, you feel a gentle shuddering, but for the most part, everything is as you've experienced it your entire life. These 3 different anti-grav machines pick up a little bit of height, and then they file out of what appears to be the compound area, past the statues and different pyres that you passed on your way in, a much more comfortable ride, and the other two vessels seem slaved to the first as they all take the same gentle turns toward the great lifts.
That makes a lot of sense.
You arrive at the lifts and begin your descent. It's a gentle ride, unless you have anything to add to it, of course.
I'm reading the literature that I brought along in my satchel.
Okay.
Issa
Pathology
just sits,
reports.
Issa just sits in stony silence, particularly not looking at Gaius.
Uh-huh. And then
Doesn't that
Gaius.
mean you're like kind of looking at him by trying to not look at him?
No, I'm specifically looking elsewhere.
Okay. Right.
And Gaius,
I
anything
think
from you?
it's time for Gaius to shine.
Yeah.
What? Sorry, ADD.
I think it's time for you to shine, Gaius. Pilar is not looking at you. I'm reading pathology reports. Tech Priest is chilling.
Yeah.
I'm froze up. I'm sorry.
You're good. You don't even need to do anything. All you have to
Yeah,
do
you
is
don't have to do
nothing.
anything.
Cool. We're literally
Chill.
just riding.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're good,
On the
man.
elevator.
You're good.
I just made a choice that I'm not looking at you because at the moment I hate you.
She's
So.
totally looking at you though.
Okay, well, that said, you guys do just descend, and you descend into not darkness, but something close to it. The beautiful sunrise you left on floor 1, just as before. Fittering rays of light dissipate until there's barely a bit of natural light left. It is dank. The air is thick and it just smells like burning oil and bodies. Not as much like trash. As you've heard, this is your first time this low in the hive. You've been to floor 2, but you haven't been to 3. You emerge into not the same kind of light that you had up on 1. There is almost a palpable light. It's hard to describe beyond thick light being pumped out of the fluorescent posts, assisted by pyres that extend for about 1 kilometer from the great lifts in every direction. You can see that there's a whole host of shady and interesting characters that are exiting the lift all around you as your 3 transports glide off and begin coasting down toward the local Mechanicum on floor 3 to the northwest. There are people that you pass, people that barely get out of the way. You see people shuffling onto the lift that you're just getting off of, some squeezing past. In all, everyone seems to be in higher spirits than you expected. People are kind of excited. There's a little bit going on. They're wearing their traditional green. You see kids actually eating different oiled foods on sticks. It's been fried. It's actually, from what you've heard, not terribly bad. Can we get a perception roll from you guys?
And before we made it to floor 3, my girl has donned a mask that she has peppermint oil in, or the equivalent, like nice smelling perfume.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. Smart move.
Nice.
Ooh, 19.
26.
94.
All right. Well, so Sarah, you see that there are the servitors you've come to expect acting as almost directory waypoints. These are effectively, you could think of them almost like concierge. For a couple blocks in every direction from the great lifts on floor 3, they are both acting as directory for different cargo containers that are loaded up on different anti-grav pieces, and they're also acting as kind of a reporting station. If anybody has a problem, you can go to them right then, and they're going to be relaying the information where they need to be. These are servitors young and old, some of them very old. Could be 200-300 years old and not moving as quickly. Some of them 16, some of them 14. Young, old, not really able to see. No fried lizard, actually. No, these are more like different vegetarian. Think kind of like if you've ever seen like a vegetarian chicken nugget. That kind of a situation where it's kind of a paste shaped into something and then fried. It makes it taste better than if it's just the
Vegetarian corn dogs.
yeah, and kind of think like a vegetarian corn dog. That's your move, yeah.
Yes.
So, with that in mind, the crew from the future are now going to be put on hold as we take our turn to the past. Now, I have to ask that our past folks try and divorce what they now know of in the future from right now. It could be that that's not your current fate. It could be that's something that's decided on later. You can't move forward assuming that it's your immediate future.
600 years is a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So, you were taking a lift to floor 3, and you open your doors. I need a perception check from the 3 of you.
All right.
Man. Fuck, shit, balls.
84.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How petty are the Arbites?
How petty are you?
Okay, gotcha.
Yep. It comes down to every person. These are kind of like a detective combined. It's like the middle of like a detective and an FBI agent, where you're going to have all kinds of like free reign that you wouldn't otherwise, but you're a human. And it comes down to, you know, there are plenty of asshole federal agents and plenty of asshole cops, but there are also plenty of really nice federal agents.
Like me.
Yeah.
Okay, I
So,
rolled an 18.
CC got a 14
a 14 for vision. Okay.
for seeing with my seeing eyes.
Okay. So, with that in mind, you have the luxury of seeing out into the pandemonium. The PDF, the Planetary Defense Forces, have formed a line around the great lifts where there are people pushed up to them. And there are loved ones being cried out for. There are parents who are pressed to the point of actual physical harm up against the barriers being formed and maintained by the PDF. There's a PDF captain ushering you very, very quickly off of the line and said, "Reinforcements, good! We need you at the front!" Pushing you one way, but you have orders. Do you go forward into the pandemonium sea of people? You can't see individual people. It's
Hell no, we're on a mission. Come on now, y'all. We can't get involved in this pandemonium.
about 40
What kind-
yards away from the Great Lifts in every direction. This barrier has been formed and is being maintained shoulder to shoulder by PDF forces who are just trying to keep people from overwhelming the elevators, trying to get them to just stay back.
All right, everybody, cool it. Take this 11 down to a 7. All right.
Go ahead and give me. Do you have any kind of master orator or?
What the hell did you just say to me?
Okay, so you don't. Can we get a fellowship from you?
Yeah. 45.
45. Nobody, literally no one can hear you. And then going over to your actual direction, though. What are you guys going to be doing? What's the situation?
So clarify for me. We've come to assist the third floor with like navigating refugees. Where are we moving then?
You were told to come and find the captain on floor 3. You were told that they needed assistance, and frankly, you don't even know where they need that assistance, so the captain couldn't brief you, or the sergeant couldn't brief you on where to go, except for the fact that the captain would be expecting you.
Did Tolt tell us the captain's name?
No.
Okay. I'm assuming this is the Arbiter captain and not the EDF captain?
That's right.
So Cece just like walks up to one of the people straining to hold this wall together. And it's like, yeah, so hi, hello, hi, I'm Cece. Where are the Arbiters from floor 1? We're just mostly looking for like the Arbiters on this floor to find their captain.
You what? Just straining? Back! Get back, you animals! Back! You what now?
Oh, do I have feedback screech level? Oh no, Mastiff handlers don't get feedback screech. Poop.
What the hell is that thing? Gesturing at your dog.
Oh, this is Muffin.
Oh my!
Isn't it cute?
Oh,
just holds
I don't
up
know.
Muffin.
Did you see her with the Arbiters? Get back! I'm warning you for the last time.
Yeah, we're with Cece. Just like raises her voice and is just like, gets really close, like misunderstanding social convention and cues, just right up in the dude's face.
Yeah,
and it's like, we're with like the art, and it's loud. We're with like our babies. It's so fun. We have a job. We're like super cool and do a lot of work. And anyway, our baby's office, our buddies. We're looking for the Arbiter captain, not you guys.
Can I get the 3 of you to roll an agility test? Specifically with dodge in mind.
Specifically with dodge in mind. Hey!
What does that mean?
23?
23.
How high do I need to roll? My agility is not that great.
It's gonna be whoever rolls the worst, so... Nigel, what'd you get?
59.
59? And then what did you get it rolling?
A 23.
A 23. Oh, okay.
A
So
23.
So that's not bad, but I do believe then that it was Nigel who rolled the poorest, the highest number, right?
I don't know.
59, you said, right?
Nigel?
That's right, 59.
And then what was Lindoa?
59.
You both rolled 59?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so good, because what happens then is a bottle flies out of the crowd and hits Lindoa and sprays glass all over Nigel.
Flesh is weak.
Oh,
both
damn,
going to
my
take
good tooth.
2
Not my
points of
damn
damage.
tooth.
And
Chipped another one.
you tripped another one.
What was that? I didn't hear you.
So you both take 2 points of damage.
All right. I'm gonna pull out my shotgun
That's
and brandish
question.
it a little bit.
Okay, so you brandish, you're pointing a weapon at the crowd?
Not at it, but just brandishing it, like holding
Oh,
it
just
up.
kind of holding it, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And then
Yeah,
your
yeah.
question, Roland?
Do the Arbiters at the different floors, like, we have the same outfits, they're just, like, in different states of repair, yes?
Correct.
Are they all, like, washed in similar areas, or with a through line of the same, like, corporate mandated detergent?
it's going to be a similar stiffness. Yours are markedly newer because whenever you need anything, it's simply supplied to you.
So my shenanigan question, because I love shenanigans, is can Muffin sniff my outfit to find other Arbites?
Yes.
I would like to make that attempt.
All right. So you go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Because Muffin gets much higher on their tracking than I get on mine. They get a plus 20? You said the stats are lowered. Are the bonuses also lowered or just the stats?
Just the stats.
Sick! Fuck it up, Muffin. That's a plus 20 on int, so that makes it a 11? No, 17. I can't read. That's a 7.
Okay. That's pretty good.
37 on die.
So, Muffin knows that it's going to be pretty much through a pretty large crowd directly to the west.
CC just like sighs and points. It's over there. Why are there people here? Move!
Get the hell out of our way. And then towards the west, in the direction that he pointed, I kind of want to assert myself in the front and get the crowd to move with my shotgun.
Okay, now this is going to be a fellowship roll. Can I get a fellowship test from each of you, please?
Mm-hmm.
Fellowship from the tech priest. Let's go!
92.
92.
I don't want to talk about it.
36.
And you said you were in the front? Nigel,
God damn it, I did.
I got a 74.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, so you guys are in this crowd. It's being lit by basically burn barrels. The crowd is in a state of frenzy. You have mothers holding up pictures, just different ways, like looking for their child. As you push into the crowd, you have people who are asking about loved ones that have gone missing. Please, I just need to know if they're okay. I just need to know if they're okay. Some people are concerned about food.
I don't know who that is. I'm not from here.
Some people don't even know about food. I need Lindoa. I need you to roll agility.
Mm-hmm. 15. Not bad.
15. Somebody grabs hold of your lapels and says, "Please, my son." You brush them off.
Get the hell off of me.
Mm-hmm. Get the hell off of me. And you just kind of buck them off with the shoulder. Do you point the shotgun? Talk to me here. Mr. 90
I feel like I'd go. I'd probably go with the butt side of the shotgun. Just kind of clip him on the chin. Get him off my face. Get him off of me.
Yeah, just to
aggressively.
Get him off. Just the butt of the shotgun to the chin. Yeah, just a nice little brush.
Yeah, a kiss to the mouth. Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Really, really good. Well, you know what wasn't really good was the other people who were just on the other side. Hey, he's just worried about his son. And
get off of me. We got stuff to do. If you want help,
He rolls a 10 for his contact. I need you to roll better than a 10 to dodge.
Just the same 2 dice, the percentage and the D10. Okay.
Yep.
52.
Okay, you don't dodge, and he gets you clean on the mouth. Do we have any reaction from our other two Arbites officers?
Hey, calm down. Stop it.
Well done. Can I get a fellowship on that?
Hey, so here's the thing. It's a 91. It's a 91.
91? All right. So you tell him to stop it, but you kind of do it in that like haughty, privileged way that you just gave me a demo of. Hey, you're from floor 1, aren't you? Where's our resources? What happened to our... And he gets cut off because somebody hits that guy in the back of the head with a bench.
A bench?
That's right.
Okay,
a bench.
So...
Nigel, how about you? What was your fellowship?
63.
63. Okay. Well, before things erupt into what we'll call friendly pandemonium or friendlimonium. Why don't we get one perception check from you guys?
1 Percepti. 15.
Okay. So you roll a 15. What else do we have?
4.
You said 4?
4.
4.
And that was Nigel with the 4,
47.
right? Okay. Well, with elf eyes, Effie peers out into the crowd and notices that there's a marked level of tension. Perhaps for the first time, Effie sees this. It's a shame nobody really saw it sooner. But in the sea of people that are crowding around the Great Lifts, you can see people holding torches, people who've grafted different weapons and ways of forcing themselves forward. Some of the burn barrels have been dumped out and are being used as a small barricade just to provide breathing room so some of the people standing around can get closer to the lifts. The PDF are all bunched up and they've created that barrier that you've distanced yourself now from about 20 yards away. The buttstock to the face that happened just a moment ago took the guy out. These are meek, beaten on people who may have just taken the beating that broke the camel's back, so to speak. This was, well, kind of a push that maybe they didn't really want. But you're kind of in the middle of a whole bunch of people. And
Oh, y'all made me kill that fella. Look what y'all made me do. Damn it.
Effie is totally glaring at Londoa's character.
Yeah. Well,
God damn it.
glare
It
while
was
you
an
can,
accident.
because about 6 pairs of hands all reach it for him at the same time. Can we get an agility roll, please, from Lindoa?
68. Almost nice.
Almost nice. Well, you are grabbed and you begin to be drug off. Your weapon is wrenched from your hands. Can we get a strength check just to make sure you don't have a chance at maintaining that?
Yeah. 88.
Well, it's their weapon now. And so they've taken the shotgun. They begin to start peeling off your Arbites uniform.
Okay.
And do the other
Get your
2 members
filthy
of your
hands
crew,
off of me.
Yeah, just beckoning out into the crowd. just random.
Please. It was an accident.
Whoa. Well,
I didn't know he wouldn't be able to take it. He put his hands on me.
I do think Cece was going to help, and then hears it was an accident, and it's like,
not
Y'all gonna let me
differentiating,
die?
though. We see 6 sets of hands reaching for the tech priest. Let's get a grapple check. We need a strength check to beat a 70.
Hey, my strength is higher than my agility. Let's go. Oh, fuck. Let's go, I said. What is my strength? A 40? Does it matter degrees of success, or do you just want the dice roll?
No, you got it. You're good. You're good.
Okay,
Definitely
24.
beats 70. All right. And even though he had elf eyes, we still see sets of hands going for Nigel as well. How does Effie roll? What's our strength check for Effie for a grapple?
22?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You basically just slap the hands away. No.
So is
Yeah.
there like an intelligence or an insight check I can make? Because like when you were explaining it, there's the circle of PDF, the mob, a circle of fire barrels, and outside the circle of fire barrels is people with weapons grafted to them?
Constant. It's all intermittent. So it's basically just the lift. You have your area that they've cleared around the lift, and then you have a sea of people. It's kind of a mess.
doing everything I possibly can to get back to the elevator.
Okay.
Yeah.
One more strength
But
check from you.
I know I'm grappled and stuff, but that's all I'm going to be doing.
No, one more strength check from you.
85.
Okay. Well, that's not
With a
really
strength
helping
of
too
40.
much. But on the other side of the crowd, you hear Lasfire. It sounds automatic. The PDF may have opened up. It's hard to tell. Is there a
they're
response
shooting
from you?
Y'all hear that? Better let me go.
All right, let's do a fellowship check. Is it going to be intimidation?
I just use solid projectiles, not lasers.
93. Nailed it.
You need to burn those dice. So,
do.
Yeah,
so
I've got another set.
so you tell them to let you go. Obviously,
That's
they're
right.
like, no. And
What if I sing for you?
Yeah, sing right
if
now.
that's the move. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm
You
a
gonna roll
good
for
old
that?
rebel. That's what I am. And for this land of freedom, I don't care a damn. I'm glad I fought again her. I only wish we'd won, and I don't ask any pardon for anything I've done. I'm a good old rebel. I'm a good old rebel.
Can we
Do you want to
Hey,
give us a
Jesus, get the fuck
sing
out.
roll for that?
Yeah. Of course.
Can I shoot
Roll for
him?
sing. Yeah, you can.
15.
Oh my god.
It's the prettiest damn song you ever heard.
Well, certainly a lot of these people who've never heard singing or anything delightful before think so. Because they're stupefied for a moment, for better or for worse, and loosen their grip on you. You're able to get to your feet. You can hear screaming, and you can see the flashes of Lasfire now as the three of you kind of come to. You can see that the crowd is starting to disperse. The Lasfire starts multiplying. You hear more and more and more and more automatic weapons opening up as people start to push back, but it's creating a stampede. I need you to roll a toughness check to maintain your composure.
All of us?
Mm-hmm.
What is
30.
what does a 71 get me?
Not a lot.
72.
Hey.
30.
Okay, so you do keep to your feet. The other two have been knocked down, and you are going to be taking damage every round that you don't get to your feet. And this can be assisted by Nigel, but unless, Effie's feeling generous, it's something that you're probably just going to keep taking hit after hit for.
Okay.
So, let's start this by saying, that's where you're leaving things. We're taking our direction elsewhere. Right now, we're going to the present, where things are much more pleasant. We have the lifts that are on their way to the Mechanicum headquarters in floor 3. A very, very gentle ride. This is an area it's full, but it's clear for the most part. Children are, like I said, eating fried foods, and there's really not much going on. People are kind of excited. You can see that there are booths that are starting to be set up. There are actually ribbons. There are different flags. People are starting to put together for the festival. Let's get a perception check for the three of you.
21.
21 as well.
Nice.
41.
41? All right. So, you can see that while the air is thick, it really isn't too bad. Things are actually quite pleasant. Again, kind of a joyful time. A lot of the buildings have adorned different banners and flags that have come down out of windows. People are wearing green. They're excited. They're getting back to work. There's something to do. People are passing out drinks. There are actually a lot of people who are not just composed, but excited. Rumors you've heard about how poor things were down here are kind of exaggerated. You do, however, continue through the city, and the further you seem to go from the Great Lifts, it's not quite as nice, but there's still a bit of the green garb, and not just the normal green everyone's wearing, the kind of kelp canvas that people wear. It's things that people have clearly saved for the event. So, you make your way through the city, you're on your way to the Mechanicum headquarters here, and there is a transport that appears to be full of people, and it's docked right outside of the Mechanicum quarters, and you can see different robed tech priests, this time in green, on the outside of their compound that seem to be going over some kind of a data slate, something that they're inspecting, perhaps aligning with the cargo on board. It's hard to tell exactly. But you go past them with your trio of vessels into the compound, passing large burning pyres and more statues of presumably prolific figures in the Mechanicum. Nobody you can point out. All right. So, you make your way. You go to the kind of area set aside for different vehicles to park and unload. What's the move here?
Are we parking?
It's parked, you're stopped.
Okay. I get
get
off
out.
the transport
Yeah.
and wait for the tech priest to tell us what to do next. And I take a look around.
Okay. Well, the tech
My
priest
looking eyes.
seems preoccupied. He's really just kind of walking around with Sage. You can hear chittering and mumbling. You can address him if you want to. He's not sequestering himself. But
I'm gonna let him finish his sagery. That seems polite.
his sagery, okay. And I'm sorry, I just saw what D-Beck said. Anyway, so he's doing his sagery stuff, and you guys are off. You're able to do your thing. You're here. You were told that you needed to come here because you needed help with the contribution.
Yeah.
Maybe there's somebody here who knows. It's hard to say. Certainly this tech priest would, but you also know... Well, I guess you don't know. We already found out what you know. So, you're here to help, but you don't really know with what. Are you going to ask around? Are you just going to start moving things? Going to walk off? It's up to you.
I'd like to sort of assess who's in charge
Okay.
and giving orders.
Perception check. Go ahead.
Um, 3.
A 3.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's fantastic. You can actually see that there's a representative from the Arbites here, and she seems to be in charge.
I would
And-
like to go up to her and introduce myself and my companions and offer our services.
Hello. She turns around. I didn't expect to see the Arbites down here. You from floor 1? We asked for help. Is this... Well,
Yes,
you have to be.
we were voluntold.
You were voluntold. Well, I'm Sergeant Cam. Cam. You can call me Cam.
Cam.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Cam.
We're here trying to make sure that these... Well... They're just about as far removed from the throne as one can be, aren't they? But we're here to get these tech priests in order. We have... Gesturing toward the vehicle that the tech priests are in front of, we have this year's contribution. Every bit of ruffian you've heard, rounding them up, ready for the transformation. There's no way we're going to make this season's quota without them. And you can tell that they're just as eager as ever to commit themselves to the cause. Isn't that right? Yelling back at the bus, taunting the people inside.
What would you like us to do?
Oh, well, frankly, we need these volunteers escorted for service. I was going to start asking the tech priest, but since you're here from the Arbites, well, I have 2 of my men on standby, and the 6 of us should be just fine. So, let's pull them off. You go ahead, let this fella here with all the arms know that we're ready for him, and we'll start filing them into the compound. They meet just back there. We'll take them 2 at a time. I don't figure they're able to get through many more of that, what with all the seance they have to do.
I think that's fair. All right. Is she a she? She's a she?
Yep.
Okay. So she was referring to the tech priest that we brought with us?
No, just the ones that are doing the tablets, the data slate stuff that I mentioned next to this packed vessel. Basically just going over names and making sure that all the gears are tightened or whatever.
Okay.
You're not really sure.
So, there's like, is there like a chamber or something, or like a collection of them that are grouped in a place?
It's a bus, basically.
No, I understand that the ruffians are in the bus.
Oh.
But are the tech priests grouped together? Is there like a clear indicator of where the 2x2 should be going?
That's right. You rolled a 3, didn't
the
you?
transformation. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. Right, you are. You can see exactly. You can see that there is, in fact, right next to where the bus is parked, you can see that there is a separate facility here with a wrought iron fence around it. Inside, there appear to be canvas tents with the tech priests posted up just inside, outside. You see very, very excited tech priests kind of bustling, and you see sparks just kind of emerging from the inside as they prepare some of the final steps. Attached to that, you can see a larger facility behind it, a workshop of some sort, perhaps. You're not really sure, not being a part of the Mechanicum, but you can very easily tell this is where you need to be. You can also see 2 of the Arbites, those mentioned by Cam, posted up on either side of the gate for this wrought iron fence. They are there, presumably to maintain order as individuals are pulled off the bus.
Okay. Cool.
Right,
So-
if I can go tell the army guys over there
Yeah.
that we're ready.
Yeah. So, like, to approach them and confer and make sure that we're all, at the ready for getting things started.
All right. Well, the tech priest who's at the door of this vehicle is almost salivating. You can hear long, drawn out, as you wish. Just almost more excited than you've ever heard of a tech priest being before.
I'd just like to note personally that that definitely makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up. It was real creepy.
Yeah. It's gonna be pretty unpleasant. So, you said a few at a time? 6, 7?
Let's start with 2 and see how you guys do.
As you wish. The tech priest
All right.
unfurls what appear to be 6 mechadendrites, all of which seem to be strength-oriented. The doors open in front of him, and he applies himself to the vehicle. He enters in, not even standing on his own legs, walking on the mechadendrites. He moves up the steps and grabs 2 of the closest prisoners, pushing back others that he hasn't selected. But there are feeble attempts at aggression against the mechadendrites, he is completely unfazed. Moving off the vehicle, he clearly is holding them too tight as he gestures their almost limp bodies at you.
Right, this way then. I
Yep.
progress towards the door where Cam's people are waiting.
As you wish. The tech priest kind of lobs the two individuals on the ground at you, and the three of you are now in custody of these two as this individual makes his way back up the steps to the prisoners.
Cool.
Was he gonna throw 6 people at us?
Probably.
Right, well, alright, up you get, and I help out
Yeah.
one of those poor dudes.
All right, I need
Yeah.
you to roll fellowship.
All of us?
85.
31.
90.
90. All right. Well,
Perfect.
the two of you who rolled the lowest, that would be our ladies here, are the two who help up the two individuals, and they're just grabbing your overalls. Through teary eyes, they begin to beg you for their lives. Almost hoarse from how long they've been screaming, they begin to plead and begin to bargain, telling you they'll do anything. You can have anything. They'll do anything at all, just as long as you let them go.
I'm going to pointedly ignore anything that they say and just start marching.
Okay. As you do, one of them pleads that he has children, and they have no mother. Their mother was selected for contribution last year. Please, I have to get home. Who will feed my children?
Maybe they'll
Can
be
there be a
next year's
morality check
contribution.
here?
A morality check? Oh, you tell me what's going on. I can't tell you. What your
I
morality
feel like
is.
I feel like I would be like hearing all this and
Mhm.
just being a giant sappy individual. I start feeling guilty.
Oh. Well, you bring them to the tent. There are tech priests there, very, very ready and willing, who are using mechadendrites, eager and able to take them off your hands. And they quickly shuffle them into the tent where the screaming stops immediately.
Great.
No more screaming.
As
Oh,
we
well,
walk back, I would definitely like to put in some earplugs.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any?
I'm gonna make a point to buy some
Good call.
ahead of time. Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else have anything as you make your way back to the bus?
Can I roll to see if I see Gaius getting weak-kneed over these prisoners?
Yeah.
Nope, I don't notice nothing with my 95.
Okay. Anyone else want to do anything before you make it back to the bus?
Nope.
Okay.
Let's just get the next ones.
Okay. Well, the very eager, absolutely strength mechadendrited tech priest, he brings 4 out. He's a little eager. Are you sure you just need 2?
Well, there are 3 of us, so let's I mean, we'll take these 4, but let's go 3 at a time from now on.
As you wish.
Boy.
He lobs all 4 of them to the ground.
Boy.
One of them, actually, rolling a 6, is able to get to his feet. And
I'd like to
his legs are broken by the tech priest.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll drag him.
Yeah, well, he's screaming now. The others are clearly very distraught, begging for their lives. Go ahead and roll a fellowship roll, everybody. Oh! Go ahead. Roll a fellowship roll.
71.
71.
46.
Ooh,
46?
97.
97! Well, your 97 matches perfectly with the nat 1 that this prisoner rolled. He says something very alarming. He says that neither one of his parents can work. They can barely feed themselves, and he's been tasked with feeding them, and with him selected this year, there's no way they're gonna feed themselves. They're both doomed. And this must hit home for you, because he wriggles loose and he's snatched by that overzealous tech priest at the bus door. And luckily, he dies very quickly. The tech priest breaks his neck right there. Well, lucky him. You have 2 people to drag back and 1 guy you actually literally have to drag back.
I'll grab the guy that we have to literally drag.
At least old Broke Legs isn't going anywhere, I guess.
That's true.
Yeah.
He's just kind of wailing. But you bring them all back to the tent, and the wailing stops. Do you guys do anything at the tent? Anything you guys want to do there?
No, I would like to not investigate anything that has to do with the tent.
Okay.
This would be a lot more efficient if the tech priests did this with all their arms. Why are we doing this?
Because they have to give us a job.
Well,
It's a waste of resources.
do you want to ask about that?
We can when we get back.
Sure. Well, we're going to go forward a little bit, because this is monotonous and work that eats at the soul. In fact,
Yeah.
I need the 3 of you to roll corruption. This is going to be a D10, single die.
All right.
That's a 5.
Ooh, that's an 8.
Okay. Now,
8.
everyone is going to minus their willpower and 2.
Willpower. That's the wrong one.
I'm sorry, your
Knock
willpower
off 2
modifier
points.
and 2.
Willpower modifier. Okay.
So the 10 spice. And
Gotcha.
2.
Willpower. So that's 3 altogether.
Okay. 3 corruption points.
2.
And what was that?
3
2.
for me.
Okay. So mark that down. It's not enough that it's going to be anything serious, but it's grim work, and nobody is unscathed. After a couple of hours of moving things from point A to point B, go ahead and take a moment to rest. You can hydrate. Cam is there talking to her men, and she doesn't seem particularly bothered by any of this. In fact, she seems almost chipper.
I would
All
like
I know
to,
is I'm on a fast track to being jaded.
Mm-hmm.
right? I think I'm already jaded, just a little bit. Like a character choice.
Did I hear you wanted to do something?
Yeah. I wanted to, I wanted to ask her, is the selection process random? Is it just a lottery of names, or do you specifically pull people?
Oh, I suppose you guys don't have anybody pulled for selection on floor 1, do you? Well, there is a certain process exercised. I'm sure you understand. Dissidents, criminals, and then, of course, if the quota isn't filled naturally, there is a random selection just to fill the slots for down servitors. They work hard, you know.
Yeah, they do.
Well,
And
I really
I-
appreciate all your help this year. We really didn't want to bring any more from floor 2 down, and I know how busy you are. I hated to ask, but if you're free, I still do have a little more work that needs done. It was told to us by, I'm sure you know who, that we needed to assemble a team, something for dive escort. Was that something within your parameters, or were you just asked to come down and see to it that the selection goes well?
We were just assigned to the selection. Yeah, there were no specifics about dives.
Never mind then.
Oh, but my character is super interested. But we really aren't going back up to anything but more paperwork. Is there something we can help you with?
Help with? Well, are you... We have a team that's supposed to go down with some of the dives that... Well, word from upstairs is someone's got this big idea about reactivating the pumps on 4. Said they can make it livable again. I don't know. Truth is, I think it's a bit of a far-fetched story, but they said that they were sending guards down with teams of divers. I don't know much about it, but if it's something you're interested in, I'm sure we could hook you up with someone for that.
Oh,
Well-
I'd love to.
Did you say
would
no?
we have read about that in the paper?
No,
Okay.
this is something else.
Okay.
I'm up for it.
You're up for it?
Diving,
Wow.
you say.
Well,
I'd be interested to see how it goes, but of course, we need to check in with our sergeant as well.
well, you can radio, you can do whatever. You can actually go up back to floor 1. There's probably things for you to do. I couldn't say exactly, but I'm sure there are things for you to do.
Well, I mean,
Do you want to radio? You guys each, and I'm sorry for not mentioning this earlier, you do actually have personal radios. You can vox each other is what they're called. You can actually communicate with each other independently. It's something that you can communicate with your headquarters with, so long, of course, as you aren't in some kind of an area that's going to have poorer reception. Like if you're outside of the hive, or if you're somewhere
Gotcha.
that is run down, that doesn't have relay towers, it's going to be a little
Gotcha.
harder to communicate in those areas.
Okay, I'd like to pull Alana aside and be like, is there a reason why we should be interested in this other than, like curiosity about floor 4?
Well, you see, when it flooded so long ago, there were and she just begins to babble about forensics and how that would be so useful to know what things look like down there in terms of how people have decayed and what crushing force might do and how water does all kinds of things to bodies, and it would just be very interesting to know what they could pull up on that and the papers you could write.
I would like
Wow.
all 3 of you to roll perception, please.
37.
7.
7.
29.
29?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you all 3 rolled pretty well. You can each see that 2 more buses have rolled up just outside of the tent for processing. You can actually almost see what looks like enthusiastic clap jumping from the tech priest with
From
the
that.
6 strength mechadendrites.
Yeah, let's go do the dive thing. So,
What? And Cam comes over. Well, more work to do. Did you say you were moving on with the dive teams?
yeah, that's what we're doing.
Hmm.
We're ready
Well.
to dive on into the situation.
Well, to be fair, I don't know a lot about it. If you head back to the Arbites headquarters, I'm certain that they have there. But we could use the help here.
I mean, why don't you just move the buses slightly closer? I'm pretty sure that one tech priest can just toss them right in.
Well, I suppose, but we were told, well, you know. All right.
He is quite good at tossing. I don't know if you've seen any of the tossing that he's done, but he can toss up to 6 people at a time, and quite far.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
you'll get it done faster that way, honestly.
I would like the 3 of you to roll intelligence, please. It's going to be intelligence plus 2.
17.
17.
Ooh,
Plus 2?
Sorry, plus 20.
2.
A modifier of 2.
Plus
Oh,
20.
okay.
So, wait.
Wait,
So,
for
okay.
not knowing? Or
This
for
is for
knowing?
you. So, I'm sorry, minus 2. Minus 2. Minus a modifier of 2. He's
Okay.
a right tosser.
So that makes it.
So D-Beck
Oh,
is
I
a
got
minus
13.
3.
Okay.
Third.
I guess that makes it a 53.
Okay. And then Sarah, what'd you get?
29.
Ooh, total?
Yeah. Well, I got a 49, which makes it a
Perfect.
29.
Yep, 29. Okay, so D-Beck could explain to you guys that, well, I'm sorry, Gaius could explain to you guys that the management of this hive does not trust the Mechanicum, hasn't for a long time, hundreds of years, and no Mechanicum procedures can take place without direct supervision from staff. So there have to be human oversight over any Mechanicum operations, especially those that intervene or alter humans.
Gotcha. Okay. I guess we can finish this up quickly
Well,
if we have to.
they have people there. You don't have to.
Oh,
But that's something that,
okay.
if you were wondering why it is you have to be there, it's because, frankly, nobody trusts the Mechanicum in this hive. Which, by the way, D-Beck can probably also tell you. Maybe he can't, but I can tell you as the GM here. That's weird. That's really, really weird.
Yeah.
In fact, that's wrong. That's
like,
outside of the
borderline
order of
heresy.
things.
Yeah.
It's almost heretical to question the Mechanicum. So that's something that you should know, but not something your characters know. You were born into this world, and it's the way things are.
Fair enough.
So, we're going to be saying, what is it you guys want to do here for your final answer? You want to continue helping with the selection of this year? Or do you want to investigate whatever this dive business is?
I would
Let's
like to
investigate the dive
literally
business.
anything
Yeah,
else.
dive.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. So, you were pointed in the direction of the Arbites office on floor 3. That's your next destination. And we're going to take it back to our people in the before time for our final little segment here. Y'all are just getting to your feet. Las fire is breaking out, and it appears to be encroaching on your position. People are starting to stampede. We need a toughness check from Roland and a toughness check from Lindoa.
An 84?
84 does not do it.
53.
What'd you get?
53.
53. That'll do it. So, you barely get to your feet, catching an elbow to the face. And Nigel, are you going to be doing anything in particular here?
I might help CC.
Okay. Do you want to do that? It's going to be a strength check.
I guess.
Save my baby.
All right.
I rolled a 32.
Okay. And then a strength check from you there, Roland.
Good job. Oh, much better. 26.
There you go. Grappling to your feet, the 3 of you stand, and you can hear the last fire getting closer, screaming as people are kind of brushing past you, moving around you.
I'm retreating.
Is it possible to get back to the elevator?
Yeah.
Because I think that's where we should head. Or at least that's where I'm going to try to head.
Okay, so you're going to be moving, and we're going to be doing a perception check. Go ahead and give me a perception check from the three of you.
A 7.
39.
A 39.
88.
Okay, well, you, Cece, you can see the exact spot necessary where if you come in at the right angle, you're going to slip in through the covering fields of view that the PDF may more likely not think of you as people trying to break their line and see you as wearing Arbites uniforms before they open fire on you. You're able to maneuver that direction. Do you want to tell the group?
Sorry. Clarification question. Was it Gaius that had his uniform ripped off?
Almost.
No, sorry. Dua.
It was Dua.
Mhm.
Dua almost
Not
did.
Dona, it's Dua.
Dua. He
So,
almost did.
Dua almost.
Not quite.
Okay, almost. Copy. Cece shoulders buffing. She's not going to say it out loud because I'm not going to have any passerby pores hear me. But she's just going to shoulder muffin, grab
I go by
one of the gents in each hand, and just
Pacific
start like
Standard.
dragging them this way.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say she's going to shoulder muffin, not say anything, and just start grabbing one gentleman in each hand and pulling them in the right direction. Because
Okay.
she's not going to like point and be like, it's over there.
Sure. Smart move. So you arrive, and there is a hole made just barely enough that the three of you are able to get through. You arrive, slipping through the field of view of the PDF at what is now kind of central command. Your PDF officers on either side of you are just opening fire. They're killing people. It's very, very, very unpleasant. And they're screaming, and you can hear people starting to chant in the darkness beyond the ring. Can I get an intelligence check from the three of you?
$72.
All right.
Feeling
So,
great tonight.
Yeah.
I got a 29.
29?
57.
57. So, the three of you are kind of shocked by this. And the captain of the PDF comes over. All right. That was the first round. They're going to be regrouped this time. I don't think we're going to be able to hold the elevator. Did you come down with any more reinforcements? Is there more on the way?
I mean,
No.
it depends on how much you want to blow up a car. No, it's just us.
Just you?
Yeah, it was supposed to be like a
you.
whole thing where we came down and we talked to the captain of the Arbites office, and she just like pointedly looks the PDF captain ups and down, and she's like, yeah, and then we got here, and you all were making a wall and shooting it. Why the shooting? What is happening here?
They're animals. Do you see
Yeah,
them
that's
out
fair.
there?
Tell you
Sweet.
what. I
Yeah,
seen them. I
I
felt
agree.
them.
I agree. The flesh is weak. Uh-huh.
They're animals. They've overtaken just about everything. There are pockets of stability, but most of this is a war zone.
A question.
Okay, but why though?
We brought up refugees, but they want to go down. They want to go down into the water. They want to try and find their relatives. They're dead. There's nobody down there. We're pretty sure.
Have you checked?
Checked?
Yeah, have you checked?
Well, like checked? Like,
Yeah, like, did you go down and check?
no. Well, no, nobody's checked.
Why?
Well, we're pretty sure everybody's dead.
You're pretty sure?
I don't have,
Everyone's
look,
dead?
I don't have the resources for this. I don't have the resources for this. You can send. You know what? That's a really good idea. You guys want to be helpful. It's not like the three of you are going to be that helpful anyway. Why don't the three of you go check? The elevator still works going down. We'll send the 3 of you down. How does that sound?
Okay, but like, is it still flooded? Oh, you wouldn't know because you didn't check.
Oh! Oh! Well, I'll tell you what. We'll set up a relay just for you inside the elevator. We're going to designate one of the 4 great lift shafts just for you. And you get to go down. How does that sound? You can check for us.
So we would know that the 4th floor is still flooded, right? We're in the past? Okay.
Definitely.
Okay, copy.
That
I mean,
doesn't sound like such a
but-
great idea, CC. I don't like that.
You know what? I'll tell you what. While you're down there, why don't you... Oh, no. And you can hear chanting building up. Can I get a perception check from you guys?
Is it at all sniff related?
The mob rolled a 4.
I rolled a 15.
It smells like chanting.
79.
And
I rolled a 27.
27. You can hear organized chants. Can't quite make it out, but the people are starting to rally, and you can see fires burning and more torches being passed out. And the more torches you see, the more it looks like an immeasurable amount of people. It doesn't seem to end.
I have another idea. Follow me on this. Another idea. What if we just left? What if we
Left.
Sounds like a mighty fine idea. On to the
Left?
what if we left?
No,
Yeah.
lift.
Yes, use the lift to leave. Yeah.
Left.
Lieutenant?
No, lift.
What does that mean,
And
left?
I think Cece just like very, very not so gently. She's a strong woman. Just like turns the captain to be like, organized mob, 1 rally point. You're all sitting at the front of it like some sort of like roasted meat thing for a holiday. How is this not clicking? What if we left?
We have to maintain control down here. We have to get people harvesting in just a couple days. They're expecting the first shipments. There's no way we can leave.
Cool. So you gonna ask them? Are you going to ask them to help with the harvesting? Is that your plan?
We're staying here. We're staying put.
Okay.
You leave if you're gonna leave.
Okay.
Okay, F1's like done. He gets in the lift. He's leaving.
He's leaving. All right.
Yeah, he's leaving. If y'all want to come with him, now's the time.
But like genuinely, I got a 15 on that perception check. Like, how fucked is this starting to look?
It's not great. It's not great. You have doubts because they don't have weapons. You have doubts that it's not. There's going to be a lot more shooting. There's going to be a lot more violence. But how much ammo do they have is going to be what it comes down to.
It's part of that, and also remind me, because multiple timelines. Didn't you say the population of floor 3 like jumped up to damn near 1 billion people anyway?
Correct.
How many people like were able to refugee themselves to the higher floors?
Oh no, it stopped at 3.
Okay, Cece's leaving.
Oh,
F1's pushing the buttons.
okay.
Yeah, I've been saying lift. Come on.
I mean,
Okay.
so as the boys are
Captain's
backing out, as the boys are backing out, Cece's like, "Hey, look, we came for the Arbites, but we don't see them. So sad, so terrible. If you just like need more resources or people, more than 3, I get the vibe. You need more than just 3 people. We're just
Okay.
gonna double back and double check."
Okay, so as you're waiting for the lift, you do hear it coming down, but it sounds strained. There is an enormous weight that's coming down that lift with you, or at least coming down the lift in front of you. There are 4 columns that comprise the great lift, and you can hear each of them straining. You haven't ever heard this, but you don't spend a lot of time in the lift. It could be that this far down that it's not maintained or something.
Good.
But the crowd is growing more and more organized. You can hear the chanting. It almost sounded like words, but there's too much of it to make out. You can see fires, buildings now being lit ablaze in the distance. You can see the faces of people who are yelling. You can see that closer to where the PDF are located, they're starting to drag bodies back. Bodies that the PDF just shot. It's kind of a sweaty moment. The strained lifts. You can hear landing. You hear a shudder. You can feel the ground shake a little bit as the grates that expose the interiors of the lifts lift, and assault vehicles roll off of the lines.
We did it! You're welcome!
Told you they were coming.
Floor 2 has been organizing the Arbite assault. And here you can see the very, very familiar corduroy, olive green, and gold stitching of about 60, maybe 80 different Arbites officers with assault vehicles and full tank gear rolling off the line. It appears
a tank versus 1 billion people, though.
Oh, it's like 4 tanks.
Hey,
It's not good. But this is at least the start. And you can see that the relieved PDF forces are at least looking a little less shitting themselves-y. And they begin to set up lights that are now shining out into the crowd. And you can see very, very clearly hundreds and hundreds of thousands of faces that are kind of wincing and they're having trouble seeing. But you have a very, very well-lit area of operation. You start to fortify and actually build small little walls before anything actually heats up. You can actually see them start to set up relay and communication stations. It looks as though you're planning to go to war with the refugees on the 3rd floor.
Would we know, as a little sidebar, would we know that the Arbite captain had some sort of communication device? Like, can we box him?
Yeah.
Yeah. As they're all kind of setting up all of the fortifications and stuff, and I would definitely be trying to contact the Arbite captain that we're looking for out here.
Sure. You can do that.
How the hell does this damn box work again? Can you help me?
You just press it here. Just give it to me.
Thank you. I hate this kind of mumbo jumbo.
Mumbo jumbo.
That's what I said.
You do. You relay out, and it's dead. The static is perhaps indicative that the Arbite station has been overwhelmed. Could mean that the towers between here and there are down, but you should be able to hear something, and you can't.
I don't like it. I think we need to double back still, if possible, if at all possible.
Can I just do a cash tech use test to see if I can't finagle something?
Definitely.
Nothing to it but to try. That's a 5.
You got a 5?
I got a 5.
Wow. Okay. What you can tell is that there very well may be somebody on the other line. This is clearly relay stations between the Great Lift and the Arbite stations that have gone down. There may be somebody even trying to reach out to you. You even thought you heard a voice for a moment, but it was just too far.
to do her due diligence, Cece's gonna be like, hey, so like, I don't know if you can hear me or not. I hope you can, because like, I'm amazing and super smart and no technology. Anyway, we came from floor 1. You're on floor 3. So if anybody's on the other floors, I'm not talking to you. So anyway, floor 3, hi, this is Cece. Anyway, we're leaving. Because y'all are about to get blowed the fuck up, as the kids like to say. Yeah, hope you're well. If you need anything, I don't know, send up a signal flare. Go low tech. Start a, like, different color fire. There are so many. Put some glitter in it or something. Let us know you're alive. Smooches.
Would we have, as another little sidebar, would we have known this captain? I mean, I know we're really new on the force. No, so we would never met him or her.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Well said, Cece. Wouldn't have said it any differently myself.
I mean, you gotta give them some options, right? Like, if they're still alive, just say so. Just
Definitely.
tell us if you
That's
want.
right.
All right. And then, Nigel, can I get a perception check from you, please?
7.
A 7?
Oh my god.
As in the number after 6?
Yes, like 7.
Go team. Go team. Go team. Fuck it up. I'm so excited.
You see a sparkly blue flare emerge far in the distance to the west.
They're still alive.
I don't
care.
You don't care.
I'm over at the elevator, rapidly pushing the
Right
button.
now, you're just like, nope, nope,
Now,
nope. Okay. Well, I'm just saying, you did see it. You can do whatever you want with that information. It's up to you.
I did not see it.
The people who came down in the assault vehicles are Arbites, yes?
Correct. Yep. They're not even PDF.
Cool. So Cece, like, in her Arbites outfit, would it be blasphemous for hers to be, like, a shade of red because she is a tech priest, or is that, like, same material, just red?
No, it would not. Is that what you want to move on?
Yeah, because, like, she's a tech priest. Tech priests wear the red robes of the Mechanicum, but she's also an Arbite. So
You can definitely do that if you want to.
cool, looking like a fucking Miss Scarlet up in this shit.
Yeah.
So she, like, scuttles up. She's like, hi, so here's the thing. We came from floor 1. Happy to see you. Hello! The Arbite captain on this floor is, like, super fucked up. Like, super fucked up. But they're alive, see? Look. Did you tell us you saw the blue glittery smoke?
I did not.
Well, can't do anything then.
Not much to do there.
Oh, no.
Well, okay.
I am pushing that button
He is
really hard.
Just super duper pushing the button, super duper really, really hard. Well, okay. It is clear the different assault vehicles and the forces that are moving off do so, and they begin to set up and establish that fortification. Do you guys get on the lift?
Yeah, Cece doesn't know they're still alive.
yeah, I mean, at that point, yeah, I didn't see shit.
All right,
Unless
so
you,
the three
yeah, unless you say something, we don't know.
hopping on
Yeah.
the lift, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, I am.
And there is, we have a couple of options here. You can go down and check, so to speak, how things are doing on 4, or you can go to 2, or you can go to 1. What's the move?
Fill out a report. Tell them everybody's dead. Let's go back to 1.
Yeah, head back to 1.
Yes.
Thank-
Back to 1.
It's
It's all
possible.
agreed. All right. You guys do.
Wait, sorry. Oh, it's all agreed. Sorry, I was going to say we go to 2 because they're the ones who actually sent help. But now you're fine.
Well,
We'll go to
we're
1.
gonna be passing it, so I don't know.
Well, there's going to be a there's going to be a shutter and a lifting motion, and you do stop at 2. PDF forces with their captains and a couple light assault vehicles, nothing crazy. Think Humvees with, you know, light, like 30 caliber las, whatever you want to call that. Just this light assault craft. They're being parked on and kind of filed on, and everybody just kind of scrunches and makes room.
Oh, so sorry. We're going up. We're going up. We're going up. We're not going down. We're going up.
Up. And just
we're going
like how elevators work, now they all have to go up And now
I would like
everybody
to
arrives at floor 1, and all these people who've never seen this much sunlight before are kind of blinking away the shafts of light, seeing
Momentarily blinded.
now
We
how
have to,
nice
like-
everything looks, the warm breeze, the... What the...
We
What?
ruined lives.
Does that mean they're
Where are
disadvantaged?
we? Is this floor 3? They begin to start unloading onto floor 1.
Nope, sorry, nope.
Yep.
Excuse us.
Do you want to give a fellowship check, you guys?
We're just gonna squeeze past you.
You guys gonna do a fellowship check for us?
69.
Fellowship.
98.
You know, that's
69,
fair.
98, and then the tech priest.
CC got a 99.
So you guys basically sound sarcastic when you're saying, "Oh, no, this is the wrong floor." Because they're like, "Is this the right floor?" And you're like, "Oh, no, this is the wrong floor. This is floor 1." And they're like, "Our buddies assholes. All right, men, roll it off, roll it off, roll it off."
Just
And
have
they
a
start-
local fry.
They start
God.
unloading PDF and the light assault vehicles.
So if they're
onto
blinded,
floor 1.
if they're blinded, could I commandeer one of these ground vehicles?
Absolutely.
You know, I was
I'd
trying
like to do
so
that.
hard to avoid another Three Stooges, and somehow the dice just say no. Three Stooges until you die.
So you have what we'll need a separate fellowship check. Go ahead and give me that.
46.
Well, they rolled an 8. So what happens is the pilot of the craft that you're attempting to commandeer says, "Oh, our bodies, sir. Please, how can we be of service?" Saluting you, not sure if he should or not.
Fire.
Get out, and I shall drive.
Right away. Thank you. Yes, of course. He scoots out. And now you hop in.
Get in, losers. We're making a report.
All right. So now,
I don't know what that means, but let's go.
DC just hucks Muffin up there like a sack of potatoes. He's fine.
and your fellowship also encourages several of the other people, the PDF forces, to jump in and start manning the gun as the assault on floor 1 begins.
You're not gonna. It's fine. It's fine.
And that's where we're going to leave this session. That's
Nice.
that's where we're gonna put things in park for today, so to speak.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, we're not parking. We're zooming.
You're zooming. Oh, you're just flooring it? I really hope that nobody's
Zoom,
going to be
zoom.
using the automatic weapons up top, thinking that the assault is going to be on floor 1.
Well, I would hope they were given instruction about a mob. So as long as nobody's like having a concert or having a really popular stand at the farmers market, we should be fine.
Well, we'll have to see.
Or a cabbage cart.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that would be bad. Yeah, you don't want that attracts all kinds of unwanted attention.
We're
Okay,
gonna
so
assault the precinct.
that's where we're gonna put things there. We have a lot going on. Things are kind of heating up, at least in the present, you know. Well, anyway, it's kind of a mess. Things are all over the place. And next session should be well, I guess it'll be depending on you guys, but things are probably going to escalate a little higher next session. This one was almost kind of building to whatever you guys are going to be doing next session. Next session we kind of get to it. So, I hope that was not too confusing and at least a little fun. I should say this. Next session, everybody's going to be in the same time zone.
Yep.
Everybody's going to be in the present next session.
Yay!
Nice.
Keep having to jumble my brain back. Copy. Pedals coming back. bitches.
At the
My
same
office
time.
chair. Ooh.
Mhm. That's right.
Okay.
Everyone's going to be in the present
'Cause I
at the
know
same time.
our party people were like a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get that hat.
You're gonna get that? No, it's gonna be no. I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't split it up by a week. That would be too much. No, that would be too much.
I just wanted to make sure.
No, that's a good call. Good
We
call.
just come in talking about like, wow, we had a really great party last week, like really great, and the sergeant did great, and I got this nice coat, and
There you go.
Yeah.
Are you
so
wearing it?
once we get out of the party, very likely yes.
the party? Yeah, and then everybody's gonna be in the past, and then it's probably gonna be splitting up again. So, just to give you guys some basic direction. I hope it's not too confusing.
I'm always
far, so good.
confused.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
Oh no.
No, I'm just,
Well-
I'm stuck in character.
No, I know. You're good.
Okay.
But I hope it's not too confusing. But we are gonna be we're gonna be wrapping this up today. So I'm gonna end the YouTube, and then anybody who doesn't have to be somewhere immediately, I can actually chat with you guys for a second in the Discord. But anybody
Don't
who's
forget
watching on
to
YouTube,
subscribe,
oh,
punch that notification bell.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Like,
Aw.
comment, and subscribe, or whatever.
Or
Like,
whatever. Do whatever you want. I'm beautiful and smart.
drop Agent Orange on that subscribe button, and then kind of try to cover it up 20 years later. It's not a big deal. Okay, so I'll see you guys next week, YouTube folks. Deuces. As for the rest of yous, we're gonna be jumping over to Discord.